All right, so in today's video, we're going to be solving radical equations. So let's first start off with this first example. Okay, so our goal is to get the radical by itself. So we're gonna isolate that by subtracting x on both sides, leaving us with the square root of 2x minus 1 is equal to negative x plus 8. So now when we are solving radicals, we need to get rid of the root. So to do that, we want to do the opposite of squaring, square root, which is squaring. So I'm going to square both sides. Okay, here these cancel because they're opposites. So we're left with 2x minus 1 and equals, we have a binomial squared, so we need to rewrite it and use FOIL. So here when we multiply, we get x squared minus 8x minus 8x plus 64, which is going to equal x squared minus 16x plus 64 equals 2x minus 1. So I can see here that I have a quadratic equation. So we want this left-hand side to equal 0. So I'm just going to move these terms over to the other side. This is going to equal 0. And we are left with x squared minus 18x plus 65. So we're going to find factors of 65 that add up to 18 and negative 18. So there's going to be x minus 13 and x minus 5. Okay, now we're going to make our t-chart. X minus 13 equals 0. X minus 5 equals 0. X is equal to 13. X is equal to 5. Before we move on, we have to check. So let's go ahead and substitute these values in. So 13 plus radical 2 times 13 minus 1 is equal to 8. Let's see if that's true. So we have the square root of 25 plus 13. So we have 13 plus 5 does not equal 8. So this one is going to cancel out. Let's go ahead and check to see if 5 works. 5 plus the square root of 2 times 5 minus 1 is equal to 8. 5 plus the square root of 3 is equal to 8. 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. This one checks out. So our solution is 5. Okay, make sure you check for those extraneous roots. Okay, let's go ahead and do this next example. We have the square root of x squared plus x minus 1 plus 11x is equal to 7x plus 3. So same way we started our first example, we're going to isolate the square root. So I'm going to subtract 11x on both sides. Okay, that's going to be negative 4x plus 3. Okay, we're going to square both sides to get rid of that square root. We're left with x squared plus x minus 1 is equal to, I'm going to FOIL here. Okay, so if we use FOIL, we're going to get 16x squared minus 24x plus 9. X squared plus x minus 1. So again, we want to keep the coefficient positive. So I'm going to subtract these values over to the other side, do the opposite. Minus x squared minus x plus 1. Get that left side equal to 0. We have 15x squared minus 25x plus 10. Let's see, is there anything that they have in common? Yes, they have a 5 in common. So we're going to factor out a 5. We're left with 3x squared minus 5x plus 2. Okay, to factor that, we need to find factors of a times c. So 3 times 2 is 6. That add up to negative 5. Notice has to have the same sign, so we're going to use negative 3 and negative 2. So I'm going to use my grouping, 3x squared minus 3x minus 2x plus 2. Group the first 2 and the last 2. Looks like they have a 3x in common. We're left with x minus 1. They have a negative 2 in common. We're left with x minus 1. Bring down our common binomials. And this is set equal to 0. Make our t-chart again. X minus 1 equals 0. 3x minus 2 equals 0. X is going to equal 1. So x is going to equal 2/3. All right, we're going to go ahead and check for extraneous roots again. So if I okay, so when we simplify this, 1 squared is 1, plus 1 is 1, minus 1 is 0. So the square root of 0 plus 11 times 1 is just 11. So 11 equals 7 times 1 is 10. Sorry, is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. So this does not work. Let's check to see if 2/3 works. So the square root of 2/3 squared plus 2/3 minus 1 plus 11 times 2/3 is equal to 7 times 2/3 plus 3. Okay, so let's take out our calculator for this. So we have the square root of 2/3 okay, plus 2/3 minus 1. Okay, plus 11. I don't know what the heck happened.